Welcome back, everybody, to episode 2, part 2, whatever, of my Q&A special thing. Last time we did it last week, we had like 50 questions, something like that, so it took like 2 hours to get through. So I decided to stop there and split them up, because I had like 118 questions total. I had Dark Wolf go through the comments once again, just to make sure, double check no one had any spoilers. Yeah. We're gonna get started here pretty soon. Just as a reminder, if you don't see your comment here, Dark Wolf might have got rid of it for spoiler reasons. He also went through and filtered out some comments that were not necessarily a question. Not like, it's hard to explain. Like replies to people's questions, that kind of thing. He kind of just filtered them out. Since it's been like, a week or something like that, he just decided to do it. So that way it's just questions. So I apologize if you wanted to see your comment on here. Just know that we know you commented. And if you had a question about my eyes, yes, they are contacts. I'm not blind or anything. I just like them. They're cool. They're really cool. I like them a lot. Anyways, let's get started, shall we? Also, yeah, if you missed my part 1 where I did my Q&A with the 50 questions or whatever, how many I did, link will be in the description below of this video. Yeah, this time I'm not going to be streaming it, because I don't technically see the point, really, because I'm not looking at chat. I'm not like communicating with people who's actually watching. I was just, like last video, I was just live streaming it, not communicating whatsoever with chat. They were talking about their own thing. Apparently a lot of spoilers in there. Like they were like talking to each other and everything. I think because I had my little text here saying I'm not looking at chat, it for some reason gave like them the idea that they could just go ahead and spoil whatever they wanted to. So Dark Wolf was saying that people in chat were spoiling a lot of stuff. Anyways, let's get started, shall we? A couple of these questions might be the same or similar, so I'll just kind of touch on them briefly and then kind of continue on. Okay, here we go. What do you think Pierre's death will affect John in Volume 4? And are you going to watch anything on the weekends? If there are any ways to bring Mystica back, but you had to sacrifice Gildarts, would you want it? Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, first question. What do you think of Pierre's how do you think Pierre's death will affect Jean in Volume 4? I feel like he's going to definitely grow as a character. He's probably going to maybe find, maybe he already found it or something like that, but like his semblance, right? Like Pierre wanted him to learn his semblance really badly. So now that she's gone, I feel like he wants to, he will want to like do that for her, kind of thing. And of course, like live on her legacy and all this stuff. Well, not legacy, but like, like keep her spirit alive and everything. And of course, Team Juniper is still there too, so they're not like gone or anything. So yeah, I think it's going to positively affect Jean. He's going to use that kind of emotion that he felt for her and everything to kind of push through anything that comes through. And hopefully, like, learn from everything that she taught him, and keep all that kind of combat strength and everything inside of him. I was actually thinking it would be kind of cool if he uses something from her, like her weapon or her shield. Well, her weapon's broken, but at least something like that. Like, incorporate something of hers into his design. That would be kind of really cool, I think. But yeah, that's just what I think. Alright, second question. Are you going to watch anything on the weekends? The reason why I do Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, like the top of my comment thing said, basically means that I get to have breaks. I don't have to watch everything every single day, to the point where I get burnt out and bored of certain things. So I spread them out 3 times a week. So that way I can kind of reflect on what I watched, not burn out on the show I'm watching, and enjoy it even more. If I watch it day every single day, like I did when I began Fairy Tail. I started to get to that point. I started to a little bit get to that point of burning out. But then I kind of put up my schedule thing, and it was fine after that. So yeah, okay. Okay, yeah, that's the reason. So I'm gonna say no for now. I'm gonna stick with Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. I might add something way later on. But yeah. Okay, if there was a way to bring Mystican back, but you had to sacrifice Guildarts, would you want it? See, that's really hard, because Guildarts is a cool character in himself. Just by himself, he's a cool character. I don't know. I wouldn't want to sacrifice Guildarts to do it. Like, I would want him to stay around. Like, he'd helping Mystican get back, but Mystican's got, like, his own kingdom to kind of like rule over now, so I don't see a reason. Like, I would love to have Mystican back and like have him like do stuff, but I feel like we know now that the portals are closed forever. They're never going to get back. That sort of thing. The breaches aren't going to stay open or whatever. All magic in Edelus is gone. So even if like Fairy Tail did get there, they'd have no magic, or maybe they did, I don't know, or they do, they will, whatever. If Mystican comes to Earthland, I can definitely see him, you know, picking up his own style again, like his staff magic and stuff like that. But I don't know. I do see a lot of errors in that judgment of having Mystican come back, because like I said, he's the kingdom, or he's the king of the kingdom and everything, and holding it all together, and giving people hope and everything. And of course the Edelus Fairy Tail is I think helping them or helping him or something. It seemed that way anyways. But yeah, so to sacrifice Guildarts, no, I wouldn't want to sacrifice Guildarts, because he himself is a cool character. Yeah, that's my answer to that. Alright, next question. Oh. It's kind of hard to judge where this thing is. Are you gonna get in my anime list? That's actually a pretty good idea. I know that the Flaming Shark has one. I think I glanced at it once because I just wanted to know what it was. I think I might. It's a pretty good way to kind of tell you guys, if anything, what I plan on watching, or are watching, or have watched, that sort of thing. It might yeah, I might do that. Definitely. I will definitely get my anime list. Yeah. Why do you only do dubs? Well, I do dubs because I do dubs for reactions. I don't only do dubs like off camera. I do subs sometimes for certain shows and stuff like that, like, you know, One Punch Man, that kind of thing. They don't have dubs of that, so I watch those, and they're great. I do dubs for reactions because I don't want to read on camera and miss everything. Because again, I'm not Japanese, I'm not Chinese. You know, I don't know the language. I don't know their emotions and their traits and why they do certain emotion, or not emotions. I don't know why they do certain things with their language to know enough to actually know what they're doing. So dubs for reaction purposes is good, because then I can understand the language, I can understand like the feeling behind the dialogue, and I can kind of hear what's going on immediately and not have to read a whole sentence out like in my mind and then click, oh, that's what's happening, that kind of thing. So for reactions, yes, dubs is my go-to, because I do not want to start reading something and then miss something. Like, sometimes a lot I miss things here and there, and I have to go back and, you know, reread the thing that they just said. Sometimes, not always, but like, you know, with long paragraphs. Like, for a great example is One Punch Man, the episode where Saitama's apprentice, I can't remember his name, I'm trying to remember his name, I can't remember, when he was explaining his backstory, and he kept talking really, really quickly, and faster and faster and faster and faster, I had to reread that whole place, like, back and forth, because I really wanted to know what he was saying, but at the same time, it was a funny moment, you know, him just, like, going through his whole backstory, really funny. That's why I watch dubs, is because I know the emotion of English. I know the language. So yeah, it's just easier for me for reaction purposes to watch dubs. But it might change for some things. I might get to a show that has never had a dub and will never will, but I want to watch it, so I might do it in those situations. But for now, for reactions, I'm gonna stick with dubs. Yeah. All right. Are you ever going to show us your reaction to the Fairy Tail? I haven't watched it yet. I'll watch it. I guess when it's appropriate, which I think is after the GMG arc, or I don't know. I don't know when it is. I just know it's gonna be like after. It's after the GMG arc. I don't know how far beyond the GMG arc it is. The Grand Magic Games. But I know it's like after it takes place after it. Which we had a big snafu a little while ago because Dark Wolf said watching the movie back then was fine because there wasn't that much spoilers like that, just like a couple things here and there. So he was fine with it, and then all of a sudden people just... And I told people on my reactions that he was thinking about doing it, and people gave him a lot of hate for it. That I kept spamming him saying, don't do it kind of thing. Like, I don't know. The Dark Wolf thing. Yeah, that's I'll watch it in due time. Urza, is this all of it in shot? There it is. Urza Scarlet. 3 questions. A Fairy Tail RPG is coming out this year. Free to play. Will you play it? Definitely. Awesome. Sounds awesome. As long as it doesn't spoil stuff for me. Because a lot of times, games based on animes, they usually have campaign lists or like that, where I did a little bit with there's like a One Piece kind of Flash, well, not Flash, but it's like a browser based game that I played, and they had a chapters thing, so you go through the game playing all the chapters, all what the show showed, so going through with Luffy picking up all the crew and everything like that. And then I got to the point where I reached to the point where I watched the show, and then there was more chapters along that I haven't seen in the actual anime. So those chapters were spoilers in terms of what I've seen. But if this follows the same guidelines, that sort of thing, the Fairy Tail guidelines, or that kind of game guideline of chapters, then going through the lullaby chapter of the game, and then going through that, I would do that. But then I'll get to the point where I get to my show, to the point where I'm in the show, and then I can't play the game anymore. So I don't know. I'll have to see if Dark Wolf can play it before I can, to see what's it all about and everything. But yeah, it seems very, very interesting to me. I love RPGs and that kind of thing. So, and I love Fairy Tail, so it's a good combination. What's your favorite song from Ruby, including soundtrack songs? Ooh. I'd have to say probably Red Like Roses Part 2. Or I guess, in a sense, the entire Red Like Roses song, because they have 2 parts of it. Or they split it up in 2 parts anyways. That song. I like that song a lot. That was a really, really cool song. Because it talks about the 4 girls, Ruby, Weiss, Blake, and Yang in the song. And the cool thing about Ruby is all the songs in Ruby are very self-aware. They talk about future things and backstories and all this stuff, but very sneaky, under the radar kind of stuff. And it talks about personalities and stuff like that. Like Red Like Roses talks about red like roses, white. Shoot, I can't remember the lyrics now. It's let me pull it up on my second screen real quick. Red like roses. Oh, it's part 2 lyrics. No, I don't want part 2. First part is what I was talking about. Part 1 lyrics. Okay, I just want to look real quick, so I'm mad that I don't know. I don't remember. That's not what I want. This is not what I want at all. Oh, here we go. Yeah. So, red like roses fills my dreams and brings me to the place you rest, which is Ruby's mom's grave at the very beginning. White is cold and always yearning, burdened by a royal test. basically White's trailer where she had the giant knight. If you ever haven't read the manga for Ruby, the knight was her dad made her do the knight battle to test herself. To if she won the battle against the knight, she went to Beacon. If she lost the battle, she would enlist in Atlas. That was the test. That was the royal test. Black the Beast descends from shadows. That's hinting at her semblance and like her kind of backstory and everything. Shadows, and then Yellow Beauty burns gold. That's Yang, just burning and gold. So that's just like a little taste of like the lyrics, and like all the lyrics and all the songs on Ruby, they're very, very reminiscent of the show, and they hint at small things, and it's so cool to see certain things like that take place. And it's very like it's kind of like an Easter egg in a way, like kind of like picking the song apart and everything. I haven't done it very well with, or I haven't done it, I don't think at all, with Volume 3 songs. I've heard the songs, but I haven't actually picked apart the lyrics and like actually heard what they said. I mean, a couple songs here and there that I've just noticed off the top of my head, but yeah. Red Like Roses Part 1 and Part 2, those two equally, are very, very cool songs. Part 2, I think, is a little bit better than Part 1 in my opinion, just because of the action, like, kind of the tempo change and like the big fight scene, that sort of thing. When you get to Fairy Tail dub, will you react or will you watch Fairy Tail Zero? I had that thought because someone else said that Fairy Tail Zero, and like you said here, Fairy Tail Zero is a 10-episode arc about Mavis. Yeah, but it has some spoilers in its first 7 minutes of the episode. The rest is focused only on the past. Yeah, that's pretty much what Dark Web said too. Fairy Tail Zero is about Mavis' backstory, so I might do that actually. If I catch up to the dub, that's currently out right now. I would consider skipping, skipping what we've seen so far, but the gap, I guess I should say, from the point where it stops the dub and then the Fairy Tail Zero. That gap, I'll just save those for later until they get dubbed. I want to stick with dubbed for Fairy Tail because I know the characters' voices. If I switch to subbed all of a sudden, I'd have to like relearn all the voices again, and it's gonna be really annoying for me, if anything. And I get annoyed just like listening to it. Like just I'm trying constantly like not even listening to the lyrics or like not lyrics, but the voices and like not even reading the thing. I'm just trying to think of who's talking because it's annoying to me. That happens sometimes when I switch from dub to subbed. Anyways, yeah, I would consider it. Definitely. If I catch up to the dub, I'll just switch, jump ahead to the Fairy Tail Zero, watch all that, and then hopefully by that time some more dubbed will pop in so I can catch up to that sort of thing. And yeah, I'll definitely just like skip ahead to whatever Dark Wolf tells me to. Yeah, I'd definitely consider that. Very good question. Next, what's your sign, and which fairy tale girl, Lucy or Levy? Well, my sign's Aquarius. Which fairy tale girl? I don't know, probably Levy? I'm not sure. Yeah, I'll probably go Levy. I don't know. Like, in terms of what? Like, that's not the main issue here. Like, which fairy tale girl? Doing what? In what context? Which fairy tale girl? Anyways, whatever. I'd probably choose Levy. Just to hang out with? Levy, probably. She's probably got to have pretty cool stories. I mean, so is Lucy, like, in a way. In battle, I mean, to be fair, in battle, Lucy would be pretty cool, seeing all the spirits, stuff like that. I don't know. Levy overall, I'd say. Alright, and then, what do you expect is going to come in this arc? There's a lot. Okay, what do you expect is going to come in this arc? This was happening 2 weeks ago, so I guess he was talking about the GMG arc, which it's still going on technically. It was going to happen. Expected going to come in this arc. More cool battles, that sort of thing. New characters, that sort of thing. I like that kind of thing. What do you think about the GMG arc, and what do you think is going to happen with the stuff behind the scenes? And what do you think is happening there? a lot of what's. What do you think? What do you think? What do you think? Yeah, I like the GMG arc a lot. It's really fun. I love like the Coliseum kind of arena battles. Ruby did the same thing. Of course, Fairy Tail was the first to do it. I'm not saying Ruby was the first or anything like that, but Ruby did a very, very good job with their like arena battle kind of thing. And GMG arc so far is amazing. Like the effort that the writers put into make it entertaining for us more than like the viewer. All the different character designs and new characters and new guilds we haven't met before, that sort of thing. It's very, very cool. And then what do you think is going to happen with the behind the scenes stuff? Yeah, like the Clipscape, that kind of thing. Well, obviously dragons are going to appear at some point. My theory was that if the gate or it looks like a gate. I think they pretty much said it was a door. So yeah, a door. The Eclipse door, whatever. When it's activated, my theory is that it will draw dragons to the kingdom. And then that's what the calamity that we saw in the future was. Like a bunch of dragons, Natsu fighting them, and Lucy crying on the ground. That sort of thing. That's what my theory is. Like when they activate that thing, dragons will come and like kind of wreak havoc and that sort of thing. I'm still wondering what the Dragon King Festival is all about, but now that we know that it was Actilogia and Zeref, I guess they never said Zeref was in the Dragon King Festival, but Actilogia was. He was like the main kind of antagonist of the thing. I don't know the whole backstory of it, but it kind of seems that way. Yeah, I'd kind of expect that something they're trying to like reenact the Dragon King Festival, because that's what the defense minister dude was talking about. That the Grandmaster Games used to be called another name, the Dragon King Festival. So, and then we have all those bones down below in the crypts and stuff. So, who knows what's going to happen? I have like very little theories at all, so it's doing pretty well at like hiding the future. And it's have to spend like quite a while in order to think of a really good theory, but yeah, that's kind of my theory right now. It's going to draw in dragons and then they're going to fight or something. Yeah, do you think this tournament will be the same like Ruby when it stops, or will there be an aftermath? The same like Ruby. Well, Ruby's tournament sort of ended very, very, very abruptly. There was no winner. We never saw who's going to win. We got to see like a little bit of the runner-ups, or like the last leg of the tournament. But it was ended very abruptly. People died. Penny died, and then that kind of kicked off the whole event. So it's like the moment Penny died, like everything went to hell, and as well as Yang breaking Mercury's leg and everything like that. So a lot of stuff happened, made the tournament end. But the GMG arc for Fairy Tail, I hope we get to see it end. I don't want it to end just like Ruby's thing. I want to see who's like who's the best one, who's the winner. But it kind of seems like, from what we've seen, they said that the gate will be activated like after the games are done. So, yeah, sure. And I think we're on the last day, right? Like right now in the reaction. Right now, currently, in this date, right now, we're still going through the episodes. Pretty sure it's the last day. I still have to watch Monday's episodes before. Actually, I'm not sure when this video is going to go up, but during this recording, I haven't reacted to Monday's episodes for Fairy Tail yet. So I'm not sure what's going to happen next. Yeah. Yeah, like, I hope it doesn't end like Ruby, because I want to see who's going to win, who's going to do well, that kind of thing. Will nothing happen? What are your thoughts? Yeah, that's pretty much my thoughts. Like, I hope it doesn't happen like Ruby's. I hope we get a solid conclusion to the games. I hope we get a winner, that sort of thing. celebrating, that kind of thing. And I assume after that is when the gate is supposed to open, and then the dragons come and that sort of thing. That's all I can think of is what would happen after the games. Yeah. Yeah. Would you answer this question? Yes. Yes, I would. I would answer that question, yeah. Good question. Moving on. Do you plan on watching another anime after Fairy Tail? If so, I got some awesome animes. I see that you're the type of dude that likes mysterious animes, so why not try something like One Piece? Well, I've seen One Piece, so it's not going to be like a blind reaction to One Piece. See, they have like 700 episodes out right now. I think I watched up to 500 while it was coming out before I stopped. I didn't really get bored of it, but I kind of just dropped off. I just had other things to watch, and I just never caught back up. But I have seen a lot of One Piece. A lot of One Piece. I love One Piece a lot. It's really good. And yeah, to answer your first question, do you plan on watching another anime after Fairy Tail? Yes, I have a few animes in mind. Not as big as Fairy Tail, of course, as episode wise. And of course not as big as One Piece, because One Piece, I think, is the runner-up on how many episodes they're out right now. But I do have a few in mind that I mentioned in the last Q&A video. So yeah, it's gonna be like Fate Zero, another Fate. I think it's the first or second. I don't remember who told me that, but I think they were like skip the first. I don't know. Fate Zero, or Fate Zero and Fate Stay. I'm just gonna do this and look at animes. There you go. Fate Stay Night. There you go. Fate Stay Night, Log Horizon, and Grimgar. That's my list right now of stuff to watch. So I'll watch that in due time. But yeah, I definitely plan on doing more stuff after Fairy Tail. Fairy Tail right now is like my biggest thing on my channel. Because right now Ruby is like in like between seasons or between volumes. So it's kind of, nothing's going on, that kind of thing. So yeah, good question. What's your favorite arc in Fairy Tail? I think I answered this last video, but I'll touch on it a little bit too. And I probably said a different thing. Anyways, I really like the Tenro Island arc. I liked it a lot. I love seeing the trial and everything. And I hate that it was interrupted by Grimoire Heart. And of course Acnologia. So yeah, I really like the arc a lot. I like to see that fight with Natsu and Gildarts. That was an incredible fight, and that had a lot of plot development and like character development within Natsu. And that was the coolest moment ever. And I would love to see like what would happen if they continued that and like got to see who would become an S-class wizard. I don't know. I had no idea. Like there's so many good wizards in Fairy Tail that was in that fight that it's very hard to determine who would be the next S-class, whatever. So I don't know. But yes, Tenro Island arc. Second behind is probably Lullaby. I like Lullaby a lot. The first arc, or would that be considered first? I think it's the first arc. I think there's like a couple of episodes. The first episodes weren't considered the first in the first arc or something. I don't know. But yeah, Tenor Island. Do you like music? What kind of music do you like? And what do you think about Mexico? Random question. Thank you and thank you for giving us your time. P.S. I'm from Mexico. Okay, so do you like music? Yes, I love music. Music's awesome. What kind of music do you like? I like orchestral, sort of like epic band songs and stuff like that. Yeah, basically just like orchestral bands. I love hearing all the different kind of melodies and notes and what they can do with so many people combining to make one song. Um, yeah. Other than that, I just kind of listen to anything that has like cool beats or like cool lyrics, that kind of thing, that I enjoy. Of course, I'm more into rock than anything, but there are a lot of rock songs that I don't really care for. But there are a lot of pop songs that I actually like as well, or there's a few classical songs I like too as well. It's kind of just all over the place on my like genre, my favorite genre. I don't have a favorite genre. I just have a favorite type of music. So yeah. And what do you think about Mexico? I lived in New Mexico in the United States for 4 years, and yeah, Mexico's cool. I never actually got to go to Mexico in those 4 years. We were just like right next to the border, pretty much. Or not right next to the border. We're like, whatever, an hour or 2 hours away from El Paso, which is right on the border. Never got to go myself, but it's a cool place. Yeah. Next, Q&A question answer. Yeah, your thoughts on Fairy Tale, plus your thoughts on you starting watching Fairy Tale for the 200 special. That's true. Yeah. So I just want to look real quick what I'm at right now. Might as well look. Yeah, I absolutely love how far I've gotten when I started doing Fairy Tale at 200 subs, and now I'm at 2,754 subs, which is awesome. Very, very incredible. Couldn't predict it at all. It's just, I expected like, maybe 500, 1,000 ish up to this point, but like 1,000 was like stretching. Like I was thinking 500 solid up to this point in like my YouTube career. But it's very, very cool that I went above and beyond that, and I hit 1,000 before New Year's, or on New Year's. Okay, I remember when I hit it, but yeah, I hit 1,000 on New Year's. It was like a couple of months, from the Fairy Tale start. I started Fairy Tale, anyways. But yeah, I love Fairy Tale a lot. Fairy Tale's a really, really cool show. The characters are really awesome and unique and different. There's no two characters the same. Of course, you can say that like Leon and Gray are similar, but in a way they're not. Like they have different magic styles, but at the same time very similar in appearance and all that stuff, but different styles. And Leon's all about like, I don't know. I guess personality-wise, Leon and Gray sort of share a lot of stuff, but Leon had a lot of hate towards Gray for like a long time. And he wanted to be the best, that kind of thing. So, but I don't know. A lot of the characters are all unique and different, and unique styles and stuff like that. That's the same reason why I like Ruby so much, is because all the characters of Ruby are all unique and different and all that stuff. That it's really interesting to see new characters, because like you've seen all the characters in Fairy Tale, and then you see all the different styles, all the different personalities, all the different designs and stuff like that, all the characters. And then you introduce one more character. Your immediate reaction is to know everything about that character that you want to know about, because he or she is like a new person in the show. So it's interesting to see new people show up in the show, like Sting and Rogue, for example, from GMG arc. It's very, very cool to see more Dragon Slayers. Jesus Christ. More Dragon Slayers in the show, and I can't wait to see more. Yeah. And yeah, your thoughts on you starting Fairy Tale from 200. Like I said, it's very, very incredible. I started Fairy Tale for 200 sub special, and now I'm up to 2,700. Like I said, I did not think I would get this far this quickly. Definitely, it's a shock, if anything. Oh, and then this question here. I might have to move down a little bit when I read this one. Okay, what are your top 5 favorite Fairy Tale characters? Okay, so Mystigan, Cobra, Cabellios, Mavis, and probably I'll say Natsu probably is my fifth. I was gonna say it's either between Natsu or Guild Arts as my fifth. But solid four. I changed my banner. I didn't actually update it here because I had to kind of re-edit it to make it fit. But yeah. So my main four is Mystican number one, Cobra, Cabellios, Mavis. I love Mavis so much. She's a really cool character. And then yeah, probably between Natsu or Guild Arts. I'd probably go with Natsu. He's just such a cool character. And like, you know, he's a funny character and everything. Yeah. What are your top 5 favorite magic types? Interesting. Disregarding the character who has it. For example, Requip magic, Sky Dragon Slayer magic, Celestial Spirit magic, Gun magic, Titan magic, etc. Titan magic. Oh, that was Makarov, right? Titan magic, I think. Anyways, favorite magic types. Ooh, that's interesting. Probably Fire Dragon. No, scratch that. Poison Dragon Slayer. Probably Sky God Slayer. I like that magic a lot. Like self-healing kind of thing. Just constantly healing combat. Kind of hard. I don't really typically. Mystican's magic is cool, but it's not like my favorite magic. Him as a character, he's awesome, but his staff magic, I mean, it is powerful. He was S-class. But, yeah, I don't know. I don't really see, if I did have the magic, I don't see it being that interesting. So yeah, Flame, Sky God Slayer, or no, sorry, Poison Sky God Slayer, Poison Dragon Slayer, Sky God Slayer. Requip would be cool, but I don't think I'd probably just stick with armor and swords. I'd probably do something else. I don't know what, but yeah, Requip magic will probably be number 3. Titan magic is pretty cool, but it seems pretty, I wouldn't say OP, but it's it's very powerful. I do like it a lot, but I don't know, it seems like it's very, like, you have to, like, you know, make yourself big, and then you just use your strength to, like, you know, there's not much to it. You just kind of grow and, you know, smash things. So I don't know. Celestial Spirit magic is pretty cool. You can have all the different spirits kind of help you out. But at the same time, I don't see it being very good, because it is good, but to me, only summoning a spirit for, like, you know, a minute or 2 minutes or however long Lucy's ever had one out for a long time, they only seem very good for, like, a little bit to help you out in one situation in the combat. So you have to have, like, multiple spirits with, like, multiple different fighting styles to help you out in the combat to, like, kind of, like, build it up to make it actually, like, legitimately good. So I wouldn't I don't know. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna go Celestial Magic. Gun magic is cool. But yeah, I like gun magic a lot. So yeah, so Poison Dragon Slayer, Sky God Slayer. What I said, Requip magic, gun magic. I kind of like Gray's magic as well too. No, scratch that. Rufus's magic. His mind magic. Can't remember what they maker magic. His, like, mind maker magic. That I like that one a lot. Yeah, Rufus is really cool magic. I'm trying to think of other characters that I really liked a lot. Like, Happy's magic is pretty cool too. He can go supersonic and fly and everything. Also, Lily's Lily sort of uses, like, Titan magic in a way, how he, like, transforms. I could be getting that magic all wrong. I could be totally different than whatever I'm thinking. But the grow magic, you know, whatever. Yeah, I I think that's my 5. Yeah. Alright, let's move this down so I can finish the last 2. What are your top 5 favorite romantic fairy tale ships? Oh, geez. I like... I don't know. I like Natsu and Lazana, but I know the show is starting to kind of differ from that now. I like that ship. Maybe Gaja Levy. That's a cool ship too. I like that's a funny ship more than anything. Who would be my third? I don't know. There's not many good enough ships in the. I mean, let's just start making stuff up. And that's not kind of what I do. Like I said in my other videos, I don't really ship people. I wait for the show to kind of ship them themselves in order for them to be like a legit ship. So like yeah, Levi Gagio, that's sort of becoming a thing. I sort of the Elfman and what's her face from the Thunder Legion, the fairy girl. That's a funny ship as well too. She's constantly like fighting him and everything every time she shows affection. Who else? Oh, Urza and Jalal. That's a good ship too. I like that one. I don't know a 5th. I have no idea what the 5th could be. Like Lucy and Loki. That was like a funny thing. Loki's. Well, I'm not saying the show is confirmed that or not. Just that's like a funny thing. Loki always trying to hit on Lucy and everything. I mean, to be fair, Taurus has too, but Loki and Lucy seems like a funny kind of ship to do with. Yeah. Will you react to any other anime? If so, which anime are you thinking of? Yeah, I'm doing these. The Fate Zero, Fate Stay Night, Log Horizon, and Grimgar. I'm doing those. I'm thinking of a few others to add to the list that I know confirmed that I am going to do. These are pretty much all but confirmed that I am going to do. So yeah. Again, there are a few that you guys have mentioned in the in the past that I have in my mind to watch. So yeah, I'll watch those, or I'll think about if they're a good fit for my reactions, and yeah, I'll look. Oops, would you change the sub instead of continuing the dub? No. Doing, like I said, in reactions, it's good for me to be in dubbed, so that way I don't have to read, and I could just react purely to what's happening. If I stay in subbed, I'd have to read, and then the show's going on, and I'm still like reading, not focusing on what's happening in the show. I'm like reading real quick, and then I'd react to what I just read, and then the show keeps going, and then more text, and then I read, and then the show keeps going, and then I react to it. Like it just seems very weird to me. But again, later on, I might do shows that are only sub, so just keep that in mind too. So it might be a test, if anything, if I do a show with subbed. Can you give us a tour? Can you give us a tour of your house and or recording room? Also, will you get any fairy tale posters? I'm still thinking about what I should get for poster wise, because if behind me, I have both big Ribby posters, and then I have a bunch of random stuff on my wall on this side to kind of fill it out. So yeah, I had to ask Dark Wolf again to kind of look through some posters. Hopefully I can get a cool poster that's like that this size. That way I can kind of take off this poster and put it against my wall over there, and replace this one with Fairy Tale, or this one but move this one over, sort of thing. I can one of these. I would like one of these to stay Ruby, and then like another one to stay Fairy Tale, or whatever. Even like a Fate Stay or Fate Stay Night or Fate Zero poster would be kind of cool too. But I don't know. It's like in the future, I think. Hopefully not too far in the future, but yeah. Also about the recording of the house. My house is kind of small. It's just like a 3-bedroom house with a living room in the middle, and then like a kitchen, definitely exciting. My room. Let's see if I can pull this real quick. Sorry if this is nauseous or anything. I gotta switch the camera real quick, actually. Let me do that. Where's my camera setting? There it is. Oops, ignore that. This is my recording. You can see yourself right there. So I have all my reactions on here that I pull up with the video, and then my recording software, so I can kind of glance at what's happening, and then whatever else I had. I was listening to music when I was doing stuff earlier, and then my water bottles that I drink, random cardboard, that kind of thing. My back over here is kind of a mess, just random junk that I've had in my closet and everything. Cardboard, so I can make stuff like this, that kind of thing. This is all cardboard, as well as this. This is all made of cardboard. If you look in the inside, it's all cardboard and like glue and all that stuff. And this thing is solid too. And don't worry about the hat. The hat's just there as, I don't know. The hat's just there. I have a bunch of paint and stuff down there. Down there, right there, paint and stuff. I have a couple boxes of my equipment, all of my computer parts and that kind of thing are down there. I mean, it's not very exciting at all. Yeah, it's just pretty. Oh yeah, the window is this like the window that you always see the blue curtain, and if you look outside when it focuses, I have a pool. I have a big yard. But yeah, it's pretty sunny out right now in Washington. Look, I like how I can do this and still see on my second monitor what I just showed you guys. I was looking at this while I was showing you guys that. Yeah, so I'm gonna move this back over here. Oops, knocked some over. Oh, gosh. Oh yeah, and then I have a light there. Hold on, let me pull this up. So I have the main light that you see, like the copper one, and that's like really hot in my room. So then I have this light that I pop on. It's a little LED light that I hook to my computer, or external, to have more light and not have to burn my skin and stuff. Well, not skin, but be constantly hot in my room. So yeah, hopefully that is like sufficient for recording my recording room. Yeah. Next, let me go back to Q&A. Here we go. Are you going to react to another anime or not? If so, I suggest the 7 Deadly Sins. But congrats on 25k subs. Thank you. Yeah, that's one that has been requested. 7 Deadly Sins, and there's a couple others that I can't remember off the top of my head. But if I look back at some of the comments you guys have left over the past couple months, I'm sure I can pick up all the ones that you guys wanted me to see. all the ones that you guys requested and everything like that. Yeah, I would consider it. All right, next. Is that all? I might have to move this down. Are you thinking about fairy tale theories in your free time? Because there are some pretty good ones out there, like what could be the 100-year quest. It's a good one. What kind of dragon Actinologia is? I mean, element. That's true as well. Yeah. What could be the one magic? One magic. I don't know. And why dragon slayers have motion sickness? That's a pretty funny theory too. Oh, maybe. Hold on. You might not be able to see this. There we go. So, what could be the 100-year quest? I mean, the 100-year quest, I think, was pretty much all but confirmed that it was about Actinologia, right? Like, Gildart said that that's what his goal was, like, it's probably defeat Actinologia, if anything, hunt him down, defeat him, that sort of thing. I would guess that's what the 100-year quest was. I'm not sure. About the Actinologia element, I don't know. It's an interesting question, because he used like beam magic, and apparently he once was a dragon slayer, and then Zeref turned him into a dragon himself. or he turned himself into a dragon, but then Zeref made him more into a dragon, something like that. I don't know. I'm not sure what he could be. Some kind of beam, like I would say light, but we know that Sting's dragon is called something completely different than Actinologia, so it can't be Sting's dragon. Something like energy dragon, or not sure. I have no idea. I have no idea. Yeah, no idea. And I have no idea about the question, what could be the one magic. I don't know what the one magic means, but okay. And then why dragon starters have motion sicknesses. I think it's pretty funny. And back in the chariot battle of the GMG arc, when Gaijiro got sick, he says, why is this affecting me? It's never affected me before. And Sting says, "You're part of the big times now. You're strong enough." And it's very, very funny. It's so. I guess that means what Sting is talking about is the more you get stronger, the more weaknesses you start to get. So or you get the motion sickness, and so that it's like a weakness. The stronger you get. So Gajo got to that point, and all of a sudden now he gets motion sickness. And I was actually wondering if if Windy. Well, we know that Windy doesn't get motion sickness. We said it in a discussion video. But when he said that, I was wondering if the other Dragon Slayers have had it, and yeah, so far that we know of, Loxus said he does. Rogue said he does. We know that Sting does. Natsu definitely does. Gajo just got it. Windy doesn't seem affected by it, but like we were saying in the discussion, it's probably because she has the ability to heal. She probably has some kind of internal filter for that kind of stuff. So she's not. She would get motion sickness, maybe. If that whole thing is true, then that means Windy's not as powerful as the rest of them. So she'll to get to that point, then she'll get sick, that kind of thing. But it seems like she just doesn't get sick at all. So yeah, that's what I was wondering. But then they told us then. Also, I wonder if Cobra gets motion sickness as well. I don't know. He didn't see motion sickness when he was on top of that, the walker thing on the Ratio and Sace thing, like Natsu did. Natsu got sick off of it. Yeah, it's interesting. Oh yeah, a little thing for Dark Wolf. Yeah, okay. And then, how do you feel about Jalal posing as Mystigan? I don't mind it. It's a good kind of hidden, hidden in plain sight kind of thing. No one knows Mystigan's true identity. Now they do, but they didn't before. So it was a good kind of. It was a good fit for him because, of course, Jalal and Mystigan are one person and the same, but just by different worlds. So he fit into the role very perfectly. Of course, he kind of got cocky in a couple bits and started using his own magic instead of Mystigan's. And, of course, bumping into people at very, very bad times and getting caught. So, yeah, I feel pretty okay with it. I mean, Mystigan isn't going to be stepping in that role anytime soon. So yeah, what's your favorite arc so far? Like I said before, I'm sticking with the Tenro Island arc. Second close behind is probably the Lullaby arc. What's your favorite or your least favorite arc? Oh man, least favorite arc. I don't know. I have no idea. It's a hard question. I wouldn't say the entire arc, but the Edalus arc seemed a bit weird to me. Especially with the what are they called again? The cat race. Them being there. I didn't like that very much at all. So I'd say bits of the Edalus arc. As a whole arc, I don't know. I kind of like all the arcs in general. They seem pretty alright so far. I haven't had like an arc that I just desperately hate, so I mean, it's a good thing. So I'd say probably like bits of the Edalus arc is what my answer to that would be. Yeah. What is the funniest moment in the show to you? There's a couple really funny moments with Natsu making faces and stuff in the background. Good example is when he kind of rescued Lucy from the GMG arc, and she was all beaten and distressed and everything. She went to go take a break and take a shower and everything. And Natsu comes back to the group and said, she's in the shower. Do you want me to go get her? And then Elfman said, no, you can't do that. And he goes like, why not? And then he's like thinking about it, and then goes, and like just like trust her running that way. That was really a funny moment. Elfman in general is a pretty funny character. Him and Lazana and Mira, when they were off getting the clock piece in the Starry Sky arc, they had a lot of really funny moments that are hilarious to me. And yeah, I'd say just a bunch of those kind of put together. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know that you guys can't see this one. Okay, I'll do that. Yeah, we're on the top one. Yeah, it's just a lot of little tiny funny things here and there. All the fights with Urza, Gray, and Natsu, like them fighting, and then Urza steps in to stop them, and like instantly, like they get wrecked, kind of thing. They get destroyed by Urza. So those kind of moments are really funny. That kind of thing. Dragon Slayer magic. It couldn't slay Actinologia. Why is that? Well, now that we know that Actinologia is an actual person and not a dragon, that could probably be the reason. Though he does have like a dragon body, but like I think the reason why it didn't work is because the Dragon Slayer's magic works effective against actual like born and bred dragons, legit like dragons. So Actinologia is obviously a guy who gained the ability for Dragon Slayer magic, and then sort of turned into a dragon. So I think that's why it didn't work too well. It's pretty much like what Natsu and does against like Gajil, or Natsu versus Loxus, or Natsu versus Cobra. Like I don't think it does. Dragon Slayers fighting each other. So Actinologia is like the next tier Dragon Slayer. Like he is a dragon, but he fights dragons, but he's like a sort of semi-dragon himself. So he's sort of like Dragon Slayer, Gen Zero, like in a sense. Like he's like the ultimate Dragon Slayer because he became a dragon himself. So I mean that's sort of what I'm getting at. It's like Dragon Slayers aren't very good with each other, or can't really like ultimately fight each other like very easily. They have to like fight and like persist and like between each other to win. So with Actinologia, he's like so big and like powerful and everything that all the Dragon Slayers combined don't have enough power to even touch the limit or even touch the point that he's at right now in his like evolution. So that's sort of what I'm thinking, is like just because we know that he's a human, or he was a human at one point, that's probably the reason. Where are Zeref and Actinologia? Zeref had like that kind of weird moment, not weird, but he kind of had that like the ominous moment after the Tenro Island arc, when he kind of flew off in the ship, and he was kind of hinting at the fact that like bad things are about to happen, kind of thing, in that kind of sense. Yeah, I don't know. And then the general, or the colonel, in the GMG arc, he references Zeref all the time. So he's around. He's probably hiding, of course, because everyone kind of knows Zeref. Of course, I don't think everyone knows he's alive, because not even, well, I mean, Grimoire Hart knew he was alive, I think. I don't know. It was pretty much widely believed that Zeref was dead, but he was like living on Tenor Island, or staying on Tenor Island, hiding on Tenor Island, either one of those. Because he seemed like he wanted to stay away from all society and kind of like hide his powers and everything because he didn't want to kill anything. But now that he's like awakened fully, he does want to kill things. So I don't know where he is right now. I have no idea. Can you guys see that next question? I don't think so. Let's move down. What's behind the Clip's door? I think it's all but confirmed that it's like a gateway to like the past. That's what the Colonel says anyways. It could definitely be something completely different. Yeah, I don't know. The Colonel, I don't know. At this time, the Colonel's like definition or explanation on what the Clipsgate does is pretty up in the air. Behind the door, I think it might be the Celestial World. That would be cool. Like a door straight up to the Celestial World, because they used all the gate keys to open the door, or it seemed like they need that, or the power within the keys to open the door, or something like that. They said they needed the Celestial World, like their power, to go back in time, because the Celestial World, their time is different than Earth. So yeah, I would say the keys help open the door. And then behind the door is like the Celestial World, and then you kind of just alter things, maybe, and then it allows you to go back in time. If the Colonel's thing is correct. If not, then it'll probably open and something. I don't know. I have no idea. Yeah, why do you not like Ichiya? I don't like him because why don't I like him? I don't like... It's kind of hard to explain. He's such a weird, like, kooky character that, like, whenever he talks, he's, like, very suave in a sense when he's talking. But he's very clumsy and, just... I don't know. A little sleazy at times, sometimes with Urza and everything, and constantly talking about perfume and everything. And I know that's his magic, and that's kind of what he does, but all that combined kind of makes him into like this really weird character, and I don't know. And the next question: do you want to join the Butt Drill Gang? No, God, no. Not even the Chest Drill Gang. Either one of them. No, not at all. And then the final thing there at the very bottom. Also, the next batch of dubs episodes release on June 7th. Excellent. I'll keep an eye on that to see. It's like 2 months away, so we might catch up in that time. Yeah. Oh, I see what you're doing. 4, 5. Wait, is 2, 4, 5, 6. That'll be 6 of 7. Anyways, I was talking about the little thing there. I don't know why Dark Wolf left that in. Anyways, do you plan on making reaction videos to mangas, like let's reads and stuff? I don't plan. Well, it's not true. I had the thought of doing a let's read for the Ruby manga, because the Ruby manga touches on stuff that the show hasn't even shown at all. Like the Ruby manga touched on stuff that was in the white trailer, and I think next the black trailer possibly. But yeah, I would love to do that. Like, do like a let's read of the Ruby mangas. I wouldn't do it with Fairy Tail because it's my understanding that Fairy Tail's mangas are pretty much 1-to-1 for the show. Of course, there are some stuff that the mangas do that the show does not touch on, and vice versa. The show does a lot more stuff that the mangas don't touch on, called fillers. But at the same time, it's pretty much the same story. Just little things here and there. The thing about the Ruby manga is everything in the manga is all new. Every single thing in the Ruby manga is new. So that's why I want to do that. So yeah. Next, biggest hopes for Grand Magic Games arc. I think it pretty much achieved what I was hoping for. I wanted like really cool battles, really cool matchups, Of course, we're not done with it yet. So I mean, there's still like we're still on like the final day. I believe it's the final day. Where is it the big battle royale? So we still haven't found or seen enough of the combinations of fighters that is still there. I mean, there's still like a ton of fighters still alive or not alive, but still in the battle royale. So, more fights are about to come. Are like definitely gonna come. So, yeah, I think definitely GMG definitely surpassed my my expectations of the series, because all I had behind it was like the Ruby tournament. And other shows like that. Like I think One Piece. I can't remember, One Piece did a tournament kind of thing as well. I don't think it did, but I mean, in a sense, One Piece kind of always has like a constant tournament to find the One Piece. Yeah, it exceeded my expectations. That's my answer. Oops. Are you ever gonna watch One Punch Man? I did watch One Punch Man. I watched it because of the reason that it was back before I did the Google Drive method, and I didn't want to have as much flack as the One Punch Man episode reactions were getting on other people's reactions. I've looked through YouTube and I've seen a couple people, especially like Flaming Shark. There's a bunch of other people that I watch constantly, but they had One Punch Man reactions on their channel, and then they got hit by something like a strike or copyright thing or whatever. And it happened constantly, so I didn't want that for my channel, so I just ended up watching it myself. And again, I regretted it because it's a very, very good show. And I cannot wait for season 2 that comes out in November. That's gonna be awesome, or volume 2, whatever. The next batch of the next section. I haven't read the manga for One Punch Man, and I know what's gonna happen next, and I can't wait for it. So it's not gonna be completely blind, but in a way it is, because the One Punch Man season or volume 2, whatever, season 2 says that they're gonna do some background stuff that the manga doesn't touch on. So that'll be interesting. Yeah. Cool song. Do you know the Muffin Man? The Muffin Man? Yeah. The one from Drury Lane. Yes, I know the Muffin Man. What will you do once you catch up with Fairy Tail Dub? Will you start another series or continue the subbed version or something else entirely? And if you start another series, what will it be? Yeah, so pretty much I plan on doing at least 2 shows on my channel at any given time. So right now I'm doing Fairy Tail and Fate Zero. So once one of those stops, or I could catch up to the Fairy Tail dub, what I was planning on doing was if I caught up to the dub for Fairy Tail, I would stop Fairy Tail for a little while. Like, I'm not stopping it, but I'm just stopping it for a little while for it to kind of fill out. I'd stop it and then watch something completely new, and then when enough episodes of Fairy Tail came out, I would stop that one season that I started and continue Fairy Tail, and then start it all over again, all the way through. That's kind of what my plan. But now that I'm considering doing the Fairy Tail Zero thing, it might, I don't know. Well, it still might happen, but it might happen later on. But yeah, I plan on doing at least 2 shows at any given time. So that way I can kind of get through the shows and everything. Yeah, I'd hate to have do a bunch of shows at once and then leave out episodes and kind of drop shows and not do them. I hate to do that, so the shows I start, I want to finish. So that's my answer. I need a drink real quick. Apologies. Next, what is your IRL job? Right now it's this. I don't have an IRL job. I pretty much just kind of do YouTube stuff and hope to grow and kind of make this into my full-time job. It'll be awesome. But for the time being, yeah, nothing. What do you like besides anime? I mean, which is your favorite movie or game? My favorite movie slash TV show would probably be Fairy Tale. Not Fairy Tale. Firefly. Best show ever. Best movie ever. I love the premise and the art, the cinematics, the just everything about Firefly is incredible. So that's why I like it so much. And if you know Firefly or you know Serenity, the movie, then you know who this is. This is Kaylee. So yeah, and another one of these boxes can come to, next week or next month. I mean, so I'll be getting I think it's Jane. I'll be getting Jane's crate with a bunch of stuff. Like even this bear. You can look at this bear. This bear is styled after Kaylee. Got all of her little things here. This is a loot crate, by the way. Nothing on the back really, but yeah, a cool little Firefly thing called the Kaylee bear. Yeah, so I love Firefly a lot, and I have the movie on my computer and all the episodes on my computer, so whenever I want to, I can watch it and all that good stuff. I've got a founder's pin. I was like one of the first people to get the first crate. I guess everyone who got this first crate got one, but I'm not saying I'm like special or anything, but I did really enjoy that. Yeah, so that's probably like my favorite thing of all time is Firefly. I would probably maybe say Star Wars after that. I like Star Wars a lot. I've been playing Star Wars. I used to play Star Wars Galaxies back when that came out and died off and everything. But now I'm playing Star Wars: The Old Republic currently right now, and that's a fun game, a very very fun game. So yeah, my favorite game of all time would probably be the Fallout franchise. Specifically 3 and 4. Actually, no, specifically 4. I love Fallout 4 so much. Second being Fallout 3. I absolutely love what Bethesda does with their games, like the massive, humongous like worlds they build. And Fallout is like the cool premise, and it's a really cool idea, and that's kind of why I like it. It's like the biggest RPG that you can ever play. Yeah, it's very very cool. That's I think my favorites out of everything. I mean, I own like 200 plus games on my Steam library, so I have a lot of games that I like and I play a lot of. But I'd have to say Fallout 4 is my favorite, and Firefly as my favorite movie slash TV show. Firefly's a TV show, and then after they got canceled because of the people, whatever. If you know the situation, the company that produced Firefly, not the writers or anything, but the Fox, I think it was. They canceled Firefly because not enough people were watching it like they hoped. But then the fan base kind of grew around it and kind of rallied behind the whole franchise, up to the point where they had like 1 million times more fans than they could ever think of who wanted it back. So they made a movie, Serenity, made by a different company because Fox didn't want anything to do with it, apparently. So I don't know, big old kind of behind-the-scenes snafu kind of thing going on there that I don't want to touch on because I don't know all the information about what happened there. But yeah, so it's like I said, it's sort of a movie slash TV show based on a TV show, but the movie did a very very well job. Let's notice this is kind of in the way. Hide there. No, hide there. Whatever. I'll face later. Yeah. So yeah, that's what I'd probably say. Firefly / Serenity and Fallout 4. Alright. Who has been your favorite character in Fairy Tail? Mistigan! Mistigan's my favorite character of all time. I don't know, it's just a weird kind of concept. I've never had that happen to me before, where I see a character for literally like less than a minute, right? Like he showed up, he was hinted at a lot in the show, and then he showed up when he put everyone to sleep. That was the first time we saw him. He put everyone to sleep. He got what he needed, and he left. That's all we saw of him. And then he talked a little bit to the master, saying, I think he said, "I'll be back soon" or something like that. Like yeah, I think he said, "I'll be back soon" to Makarov. And then Makarov said, "Please, bring everyone back from the sleeping." And then he starts counting down, and he leaves. That's all we saw of him, and that made him the coolest character in my book. Like, I don't know why that stuck with me so much, but him as a character like that is awesome. And this, because I think the reason why I like it so much is because I'm really big on theories, and having a character like Mystigan, where you have absolutely no idea what he looked like. We didn't know what he looked like until like very recently when we started seeing his face more. They did very well at hiding his hair and his eyes and everything. All you saw was the skin underneath, like, we had the veil, and then, like, whatever. You saw only, like, the skin of what color he was, what skin color he was, whatever. That's all you saw. So, like, in my eyes, I had so much working off of that. Like, I had so many ideas and theories on who he was, and you guys probably know my big theory about him. I thought he was Seagrain, that was Jalal's twin, but then later we found out that there's a whole other world called Edelis, and then he's from that world. That sort of thing. Yeah, Mystigan is by far my favorite character. Yeah, and I think if I didn't click with him very, very hard like I did, definitely Cobra. He kind of fits my kind of likeness. His sort of like fondness for snakes, and that kind of thing. Me being a Cobra, or my name being ArchitectCobra, sort of fit well. So it kind of just that clicked together pretty easily. So yeah. All right, we're almost done. Almost. Do you like Nalu or Gruvia? Oh jeez, better. Oh, Gray and Juvie. Okay. Oh yeah, that's another ship that I forgot about mentioning it way back. Was probably the top 5 ships. I was trying to think of another one, but yeah, Gray and Juvia would be that top 5. What do you think of Nalu and Gruvia better, or what? Or do you like Nalu or Gruvia better? I'd like Gruvia better. Again, I'm sort of sticking with my idea that Lucy and Natsu are more of like a brother-sister kind of relationship. Like I'm sure they have sort of some feelings toward each other, but in a way, like, Lucy looks up to him like a big brother, and Natsu looks up to Lucy for her heart and, like, little sister kind of that sort of thing. That's just my personality. That's like my idea. It's probably completely wrong, and that sort of thing. Just my opinion. And yeah, so I'd say probably Gray and Juvia is probably a better couple than anything like that. But we haven't seen what Gray wants, actually. We know that Juvia really wants Gray, but we haven't seen what Gray wants. He's always avoided the question and shut her down and that kind of thing. They keep hinting at the fact that they had like a conversation beforehand, so who knows what's going to happen with them. I don't know. Next, have you ever watched Hunter x Hunter? PS, love the videos. Thank you. Hunter x Hunter, no, I have not. But that has been one of the shows that has been requested as well. So I'll add that to my possibly list, and then I'll see what I think about it. I usually read like the description of the video or the show to kind of get a gist of the show. I don't typically watch like romantic genre stuff, or like schoolgirl like dramas. That sort of, I guess it's not my thing. I like fairy tale genres, like big fights and like that kind of thing. So it's always hard for me to tell just by the name what the genre is until I kind of do a little research into it. And I don't do a lot of research into it, because then I won't be blind. But I just look at the description and then sort of like get a general gist of what it is before I kind of consider it. Yeah. Next, when you catch up the fairy tale dubs, are going to continue with subbed? No, I'm going to stick with dubbed as far as I can. If it comes to it, I will go to subbed, but that's a really long time because it's going to be like a big thing in order for me to switch to subbed. Like I said, I know the voices in dubbed so well that if they talk, I immediately know who it is and who's talking. If I switch to subbed, a whole different wide range of voice actors that I'd have to learn again. And it'll be very, very, very hard for me to kind of get into the subbed kind of wheel to kind of, get to the very end. Like I said, it would be, or I said earlier, it would be very weird for me to watch the subbed. Yeah. So sorry. What are your top 5 characters in Fairy Tail at this point? And then someone says top 5 will be easier. And then they said, if you can see, oh, you can't see that next one. They said, yeah, I know, but he did that last time, so I put 10 just in case his top 5 changed. Yeah, so my top 5: Michigan, Cobra, Cabellios, Mavis, and I'm gonna go with. Did I go with Natsu? Guildarts. I think Natsu. Natsu for 5. Guildarts. Shoot, what's her name? Tried Kana. There we go. Kana. Guildarts, Kana. Loki. I like Loki a lot. I'm sorry if this isn't interesting. I'm just trying to think really hard at all the characters we know about, because there are a lot of characters. Makarov. Makarov's a cool character. Loxus. I'll go with Loxus. That's my 5. 10, I mean. Yeah, that's my 10. Yeah. I picked Makarov because he gives hope, back into Fairy Tail. Like, whenever they are down in the dumps, that kind of thing, he says one speech, and, like, the entire guild's like, yeah, that kind of thing. So, that's what I like about him a lot. So, hopefully that answers the question about top 5. Oops. That one. Yeah. Alright. Do you plan on reacting to anything else? And if you can, please do One Piece. It's long, but it's really good. Yes, I know. If you skipped through the bit that I talked about earlier, I'm just gonna recap real quick. I've seen up to at least 500-ish episodes of One Piece by myself over the years. So I've seen One Piece. I know all about it. I know One Piece right now is at 700 plus episodes. But if I watch it, it won't be blind. It'll just be just watching it, kind of remembering what happened. And I don't see that being a very good reaction video. So yeah, in your opinion, what anime has the best animation? And then someone says Lucy XD. What? What anime has the best animation? And then they said Lucy XD. Interesting. Animation. I really like Ruby's animation, that kind of 3D model animation style. But there are a lot of really good animes that I watch, like One Punch Man, that are not 3D model. They're drawn, and they are beautiful. So I like One Punch Man for the drawn art animation style. I like Ruby for the 3D art style. Trying to think of any kind of anime that I've seen. I think that's it. I'm trying to think about any kind of other animation styles that are out there. I guess the main two, 3D and drawn. I mean, there's probably a mix between there, like drawn and 3D, whatever. Drawn, animated, whatever. Yeah. Have you watched any other animes besides Fairy Tail and Ruby? I'm thinking about full series, not just a couple of episodes. Congrats on 25,000. Or 2,500. Sorry, I said it last time. for 500 subs. Thank you very much. So any kind of fairy tale, any kind of anime besides fairy tale and Ruby. I'm talking about full series, not just a couple episodes. So I've seen One Punch Man all the way to complete. Everything that's there. Up to episode 500 of One Piece. So far where I'm at in fairy tale. I actually don't remember what episode I'm at right now. Hold on. let me look that up before I look stupid. Episode where? There's mine. Okay. Episode 181 of Fairy Tail. I've seen a crap ton of Pokemon. It's a kind of in my mind it's kind of vague if Pokemon is actual anime. I know it is in a sense, but like I don't know if it's considered like in the anime community an anime. I don't know. I've seen a crap ton of Pokemon and Digimon, and Yu-Gi-Oh. I think I finished all of Yu-Gi-Oh. Can't remember if I did or not. What else? Oh, I finished all of Sword Art Online. That was a great anime. I loved that a lot. Crap, what's it called? Legend of Korra, but then like the other one as well. The Last Airbender. There we go. Avatar: The Last Airbender. I watched all of that. That's a great show too. I like that animation style too, actually. As drawn as well. Shoot. There's so many shows, but it's like I can't think of anything off the top of my head. Those are the ones that I in my mind I can think of right off the top of my head. There are a bunch that I've seen. Full Metal Alchemist. I've seen all of. I've seen all of. I can't think of any more. I've seen a lot, or not a lot, but I've seen quite a few. Yeah. Thanks for your question. Oops, I can't scroll down anymore. Problem. Does that show me that almost shows me everything. Let me just do this for the final. This is gonna look kind of weird, but I'll just do this for the final final couple questions. So let's stick over here. Actually, no, I'll bring them down like that. Perfect. All right. Wait, we've seen that one already. This is kind of unorthodox, so I apologize. Let me do that, so that way all of that comes up, and we can just do that. Okay. Why did you start YouTube, and what is one thing you like about having a YouTube account? I started YouTube, my reactions and stuff, because a lot of my friends said that I had a great personality and a great people person kind of personality, and I was fun to hang around with, that sort of thing. All those stuff kind of gleamed in my mind for a couple years, and then I I didn't discover it, but I sort of slowly kind of got into the reaction sort of side of the internet, and all the different kind of websites and stuff that host it, mostly YouTube. Yeah, I just decided one day that since Ruby was starting to come back into Volume 3, that I'd start doing reactions for it. And then I had the idea of doing fan-made stuff for Ruby. So I started doing that. Ruby came out. I did all of Ruby. I kept doing all of the fan-made content for Ruby, and I'm still doing them. There's a lot of content, and I'm probably never going to run out, which is good. There's a lot of really cool content out there. And then soon after, I started doing fairy tale reactions, and still I'm doing fairy tale reactions. And then started doing fairy tale fan-made reactions to other shows, or to fan-made stuff, that kind of thing, AMVs. And then I started doing AMVs myself. I started making my own AMVs and my own kind of fan made things, which is fun. And it's really, really fun. So that's kind of where I started it. It's kind of like a jack of all trades in a way. I'm always kind of weird and random in what I do. So YouTube's like kind of like a good platform for me to kind of do stuff in. Reactions, making content, that sort of thing. Yeah. Next question. What's your favorite anime, and do you plan on reacting on or plan reacting on other anime after yo finished Fairy Tail? Like I said, I plan sticking with two animes or two shows at a time. So yeah, after Fairy Tail, I definitely stick with or continue with another anime. Yeah, and then what's your favorite anime? That's a hard question. I'm gonna say Ruby only because I know I'm caught up to it, and I'm like, that's not that. Actually, I'm very torn between One Punch Man, and Ruby. They're both fantastic. I love One Punch Man for the randomness and like the just like out of this world kind of thought process and plot and everything. It's just really funny and fun to watch. So same as Ruby. Ruby's also really, really fun to watch. A tie. I'd say a tie between One Punch Man and Ruby. I'm a big Ruby fan, as you can tell. And as you can tell on my channel, I do a bunch of Ruby stuff. So I'd probably go with Ruby, but One Punch Man is up there on my list on favorites. Alright. And last question. I move this up. I move it up, and then I'm gonna move this down so that way we can have the last question as just a box. There we go. Do you watch Avatar: Legend of Korra, Legend of Aang / Korra? That's a good question. Yes, I have. I watched both of them. Completed. It was a very, very good show. It's interesting how they left off with Korra, but I did like the series all the way through. There were a couple bits that were kind of iffy to me. I can't remember what they were, but I remember them being a little iffy. But The Legend of Aang, Avatar: The Last Airbender, that was a cool show. I kind of grew up in a way with that show. I think kinda, because I kind of got into it a little late, but through high school I think I watched it. Yeah. How old is your dogs? I have multiple dogs. The question I always asked for one dog, but I have 3 dogs. They're all Chihuahua Wiener dog mixes. My youngest, the ones that you guys have seen or saw, Anna. She's the youngest, and I want to say I don't remember how old she is. I'm gonna have to look real quick on my pictures. I put the date on my pictures of when she was born. So apologies, 1 second. Let me just look that up. Yeah. Go away. Where is the pictures? There they are. So it should be like 5. She is 5. She turned 5 on the 22nd of April. My youngest puppy. Yeah, I was kind of there when she was born, and I picked her out of the litter. It was my sister's dog that had a litter of puppies. So yeah, and then my other dog that I don't think I've ever shown on camera, Isabella. She's been around for a lot longer, since I was a little before I was 16, so maybe 15, 14, so no, I'm doing like math in my head. 40. Something like 8 years. She's old. Or 8 or 9. I think 9. About 9. yeah, and then we have a third dog, whose name is Poppy, and we got him in New Mexico. And he is, we don't know, we have no idea how old he is. We got him in the pound, but he's old, he's an old pup. But he's cool. He's still like, you know, he's not like weak or anything. He's not like acting old. Well, sometimes he does, but he's just a puppy. I call all my dogs puppies. So yeah, that's it. That's all the questions we had. Finally, I got through all of them after another hour-and-a-half session of asking or answering questions. So yeah, I plan on doing some of these later on once I hit another milestone, that kind of thing. If you guys have any more questions, that sort of thing, maybe I was gonna say, if you didn't have the opportunity to ask me any questions, then maybe tell me down below in the comments below, and I can like comment on it. But I feel like since there's so much fairy tale questions that I answered here, the comments are gonna be filled with like spoilers and stuff. So I might not read the comments. It's just a thing that I do. It's whenever I talk about fairy tales, someone's always gonna kind of chip into the comments and spoil something. And luckily, I have gotten spoiled in the comments. I got spoiled on the live stream that I did one time. I got spoiled once. So hopefully that never happens again. But I don't read the comments for that sole purpose of do not want to get spoiled. So yeah, maybe if you have any question down below, maybe Dark Wolf can answer some of the questions. Maybe he can kind of relay the question to me. I can answer it, and then he can reply to your comment, that sort of thing. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you guys so much for 2,700 plus subs. I know when I uploaded this first part, I was at like 2,600 when I uploaded, so I got like 100 more subs from then on. So thank you guys so much. It means a lot to me. Yeah. Also, if you guys, or just look at my second monitor. Another thing, that Dark Wolf wanted to make sure that I did was to have my favorite fairy tale music. Did I skip over a question? Let me see real quick. I don't think I skipped over a question. I'm pretty sure I didn't skip over a question. Maybe it was the music question he was talking about. This question here. Oops, not that one. This one. The music question. Maybe that question? I don't know. Anyways, Dark Wolf wanted me to tell you guys some of my favorite soundtracks from Fairy Tail. Oh, maybe it was the Ruby one. Where is that Ruby one? The Ruby question thing. Was it Urza that said it? I think it was Urza. Yes, Urza asked the question. That one. About favorite songs from Ruby. I think, okay, yeah. So, makes sense now. He wants me to talk about my favorite songs in Fairy Tail as well. Seeing how I do both shows on my channel. So yeah, favorite song in Ruby would have, like I said, would be Red Like Roses Part 1 and Red Like Roses Part 2. Red Like Roses Part 2 is my favorite, but Red Like Roses Part 1 is also like up there. For Fairy Tail, for the soundtrack that I've heard so far, and I will pause the background music so that way I can show you guys a little bit and help you explain the songs that I like. This one, oops. Hope you guys can hear that. This is like sort of, it's called Fairy's Glitter, and it has like a big Japanese name or Chinese name that I don't want to pronounce because I'm gonna get it wrong immediately. But yes, this is my favorite song of the soundtrack so far. It's sort of in a way Mavis's theme, and it has that kind of fairy tale theme to it. It's a very, very cool thing. I love it a lot, especially this bit right here. That's gonna come up pretty soon. About here. That kind of like tone I freaking love it so much. I love this song so much a lot. So much a lot. No, I love the song. And then my second, or I kind of have like a second favorite, but in a sense it's like 3 songs. It's the main theme song for Fairy Tail Season 1. This song. I'll turn it down so I can actually hear what I'm talking about. So this song, but I like the other versions too. The slow version. That's kind of like the the sad fairy tale song. And then there's also the rock version, which is like they're kind of like their victory song, kind of thing like that. So I like that song too. Those are all very similar because they're all based on the main theme. And then my third-ish, fifth, whatever we're gonna call it, favorite song is probably this one, which is called Lightning Flame Dragon Roar. That Natsu, when he did his lightning roar towards the Grimoire Heart Master, this song is playing, and it's like badass. I love it a lot. But yeah, above all, this theme song right here, or this song, I should say, not theme song. This song right here is my all-time favorite Fairy Tail song, and I have the whole soundtrack, even the one, or the parts I have not gotten to yet, but I haven't looked up any of them until I get to that point. So like there's a whole section of newer soundtrack stuff that I'm not going to look at until I get to that point, and then I'll look at the song, or yeah, listen to the songs about that. But this song is very, very cool. I love Fairy's Glitter is the English name of it. I could probably show you. How am I going to do this? Trying to wonder how I'm going to show you this. Maybe I can do that? There we go. That's the name that I don't want to pronounce because I'm going to get it wrong. So that's the Fairy Glitter song. That's like the, I guess, Japanese name of it. And then this is the Lightning Flame Dragon Roar name there. Both from Volume 4 soundtrack. Which was the last. The Tenra Island arc, I believe, is when all that. Yeah, Tenra Island arc. So yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching, like I said. Thank you for sticking around for so long, and I hope to entertain you more in the future. Stick around for some new content in the future, and hope to start up some more shows and kind of broaden my already expanding channel. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in my reactions. Like I said, hopefully I'll do more of these Q&As at other milestones and stuff like that. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you then. See ya!